Emmerdale fans can expect another dramatic week in the Dales as one resident contemplates prison, while a troubled teenager is still missing. Emmerdale viewers are in for a whirlwind of drama in the Dales. The Windsor family receives a heartbreaking update about April Windsor, who has been missing since Christmas. In another twist, Eric Pollard devises a sinister scheme that could potentially lead to fatal outcomes. But will he proceed with it? In addition, the village is still reeling from the recent murder of Anthony Fox, and a surprise confession might lead to one villager's release from prison. Amy Wyatt also shocks her husband Matty Barton with significant baby news. Here are the top Emmerdale spoilers for next week, reports Leeds Live. Kicking off the week, Kerry manages to get Pollard to admit that he feels he has let Brenda down by not selling the shop and returning her life savings yet. Kerry firmly believes that Brenda would prefer to wait for her money rather than see him push himself to his limits due to his condition. However, as Kerry urges Pollard to take it easy, she remains unaware of the depth of his distress. Later in the week, Kerry is shocked to find matches and accelerants at the shop. Cornered, Pollard confesses his plan to set the shop on fire to claim insurance money to repay Brenda. While Kerry challenges Pollard's belief that arson is a victimless crime, she hesitates to disclose why he should heed her advice. Can she persuade Pollard to abandon his plan? Meanwhile, Steph is left reeling when she discovers Anthony's car missing and vents her anger on Caleb and Ruby. Caleb reminds her that this is typical behavior for Anthony, while Ruby struggles to cope with the emotional strain. The following day, an uncomfortable Chaz confesses to Ruby that she informed Nicola about Anthony posing a risk to children. An enraged Ruby demands that Chaz retract her statement to shield Steph, who remains in the dark. Chaz backpedals on her previous revelations to Nicola and Laurel, leaving them both stunned but still suspecting their involvement in Anthony's disappearance. They feign gratitude towards Chaz for clearing things up, but once she leaves, Laurel is left shaken by the implications of her actions despite Nicola's attempts to mitigate the situation. Laurel feels compelled to come clean and report to the police. Will Nicola be able to dissuade her from this precipitous decision? Or will Laurel confess all and face imprisonment? Elsewhere, Manpreet finds Bob on a call arranging for Heath's headstone to be installed the next day. When Manpreet gently inquires about his feelings, Bob puts on a brave front, insisting he's coping well, but it's evident he's dreading the upcoming day. Pollard is taken aback when Bob confesses his inability to confront Heath's headstone or bid him farewell. Drawing from his own experiences with loss, Pollard's soothing words strike a chord with Bob. Later, Bob finally lays eyes on Heath's headstone and remarks to Kathy that they have done Heath proud with it. As they settle beside Heath's grave and unpack his favorite treats, Kathy muses that Heath would be delighted if he was there, but Bob reassures her that Heath is always with them. Also happening, caring for Frankie stirs a longing in Amy for a child of her own. Moira is surprised to discover Amy's maternal instincts kicking in and, encouraged by her, a hesitant Amy gathers the courage to discuss the idea of adopting a child with Matty. Amy cautiously brings up the subject with Matty. He's left dumbstruck as she nervously hopes he'll entertain the idea. Still reeling, Matty struggles to process what Amy is suggesting. He abruptly ends the conversation as she tries to cushion the impact, leaving her feeling remorseful. An anxious Amy holds out hope that things will smooth over with Matty. In another storyline, Bob confides in Manpreet about her emotions following her kiss with Brenda. There's no new information on April, but a resolute Marlon decides to up the reward for any leads, causing concern for Rona, Mary, and Ross.